morning, y'all. Do y'all ever go buy the flowers at your Kroger, your Publix? Trying to think. Those are my main stores here, but Costco, wherever, and you're like, you just pass them by because they're so expensive. Well, I do that too, and y'all know, if y'all have been around for a minute, I love flowers. Like, I do that kind of part-time as a job / hobby. And so anyway, I'm always scouring the supermarket for markdown flowers, and last night I hit the jackpot at Kroger. So I want to give y'all some tips on finding markdown flowers and what to look for and what to not buy if you do see them. So as y'all are hopping on, tell me good morning. Good morning, Becky and Lynn and Deanna and Pam. It's so good to see y'all today. Okay, so Kroger last night had these. They were gorgeous. And y'all, I was talking with my friend Catherine. Their markdowns have been terrible lately. They've been so expensive. But that's probably backwards. These were $4.08 and they looked fabulous. And so one tip for y'all, if you can see it on the date, I know this is backwards, but I'm going to get it really close. This one says a sell through $4.19, which was yesterday. However, these looked really good. The stems were fresh. They were not slimy, so you want to look for slime. Do not buy them if they're slimy. Do not buy them if they're stinky. And so then I thought, well, I'm going to need some filler. And Kroger has started carrying, this is just kind of a variety pack of filler. It's normally $7. This one says sell by $4.26. And it was marked down to $2.72. So I could not pass this by. For less than $7, I'm going to get a really pretty arrangement. And I'm going to show y'all how to make it. So this is exciting for me because I love, 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 love some flowers. So we're going to get going with these roses. We're going to clean them up and prep them. I did nothing because I wanted y'all to see exactly how they came, like this, marked down. I was trying to think, do not buy flowers if you see mold on them. Obviously, if they're looking all dead, like, do not buy them. It's not worth it. But do take a swing, buy your marked down flowers at your grocery store if you love flowers every time you go. That is I do it every time. Like, I cannot help myself. And right now I'm looking for peonies, but they have not gotten them yet. So, we got roses, and they're really, really pretty too. And I thought this was a very unique color. All right, so I've got a clean face here. I'm using a wide mouth, kind of round fishbowl type vase, and I've got water in it already. You always want to use your flower food. This helps kill bacteria. I don't really know what all it does. Helps your flowers last longer. And so I definitely encourage that for sure. Alrighty, so for this one, I'm actually going to leave a lot of the leaves on. Normally for like flower work at a wedding, we'll take them off. But you do want to grab these guard petals that are around. These don't really have that many. And then if I was trimming them for to use later, I would give them a good angled cut and put them in the water. But for this purpose, I'm not going to do all that because we are going to be working with them right away. So I'm just going to take the guard petals off and any low-lying leaves, because you do not want leaves in your water. Here's a good example of a guard petal. See that one that's just kind of looking ratty? You want to get those off. And we're going to move them on fast here now, so this doesn't take them off. Also, like this one, the leaves, well, they're not too bad looking. I'm leaving the leaves on mainly today because this vase is wide, and it's going to help actually fill some things. See that guard petal right there? Get that off. Now, y'all, I'm not an expert, so if y'all are florists out there and I'm doing something wrong, I have pretty much self-taught. Oh, these are all dropping. I'll move this water out of the way. Pretty much self-taught. Watch lots of YouTube videos, which is a great source for learning some flower techniques. Also, in a minute, I'm going to check these. I don't know if these will do it or not, but there's this spin thing that you can do on a flower if it's not open, on a rose, to go ahead and get it to open. But these are actually pretty open. Like, I'm pretty impressed with these. These guard petals off. They're pretty. All right, my last one. And I think we're good to go. So those roses, by the way, were normally $12. They're $4.08. All right, y'all watch this. I don't know if this is gonna work because these are actually fairly open, but if you have a rose that you really want open, there's two things you can do. This is my favorite. Like, I love it. You just spin them, and then we're gonna see. Y'all look, it did. It opened, it's so pretty. Oh gosh, okay, now I gotta spin a couple more. These are working great. I'm so glad I picked the right roses. Some roses are just too tight. They're not gonna open. Like that one didn't open as much. But that is a fun technique. And then the other thing you can do is you can just take them and take your finger and just gently go through the petals and open them. And you can get an open rose that way too. These look great, so I'm not gonna mess with them. Don't mess with the good thing. Okay, we're gonna start on the roses and then we'll add the filler. So what I wanna do, since I have this wide vase, and y'all, if y'all can't see, because I know this is at the bottom, actually, y'all don't have to see me. Let me do it like that. You can swipe those comments over so you can see better. But, so what I wanna do for this is, and I'm gonna take my time, I want, so this is going to be a low arrangement, especially because this is not a very tall vase. Like you can't, I mean, you could make it tall, but we're not going to do that. So what I want is I want to cut this. I want to cut my first probably 4 about the same height. And it's always better to cut it long, because once you cut it, it's like hair. Once you cut it too short, you can't go back. So this one, I still want that a little bit shorter, about like that. Nope, still not short enough. About like that. Maybe, let me think. The other thing you can do, if you really wanted to and you didn't trust that your flowers are gonna stay in place, you can take a grid, almost like just like a tic-tac-toe thing, with either Scotch tape or if you have some floral tape. And I'm trying to think, I think I want that a little bit shorter. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna take 4 and cut them all about the same height, which y'all, if I'm really arranging these, like I'm not gonna be measuring like this, but if you are a novice flower person, like I've never even done this before, so if you're a novice person doing flowers, I think this is a good way to learn. Okay, so these are all cut about the same length. I've got 4. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put one in this way and one in this way. And then, I'll take that off right there. I'm gonna keep crisscrossing them so they kind of make their own grid, if that makes sense. Okay, now my next 4, I'm gonna cut a little higher. Now y'all, I really hope, because I do not know, this vase actually may be too wide. I'm hoping and praying that it's not. So this one I want to cut a little bit taller than those were. And And I don't know which one I put back in last, but we're gonna go, and I think that's still a little bit too high. This may not work, y'all. This may be, y'all may be like, what in the world has this girl done? I have never done it like this. I was reading about it a while ago, and I was like, okay, well, that sounds like a good tutorial for this wide base with a dozen, and I only have a dozen roses. It may be a complete fail. We're gonna see. I'm gonna cut this one a little bit shorter, and let me go over here. I'm trying to get them where they're gonna crisscross, but they're not working, and they're just going over where I did not want them to go. Okay, so I've cut my top 4. This one I'm getting too much. Y'all, this is a mess. Okay, there. Now that one's doing right. I think my filler is going to really help. That one is not wanting to stay. And see, they're wanting to go. Y'all, I think my base is too wide. We're going to have to think about this. This is what happens when you don't practice. Y'all, look at this one. I'm going to give it the spin. See if it'll work. Take that off. I think maybe I cut them too high to begin with. So I may go back and go shorter, because this is not working how I thought it was going to. Let me look at them. I think they're too high. We're going to start over. All right, so I've got these 3. Okay, y'all. I really do know what I'm doing, I promise, but I really think my base may be too wide. However, we're going to go with it. I'm going to cut a little bit more off of these. There we go. I think that may have been it. They really needed to be low enough where they could sit on the vase. That one's still not low enough. Okay, I think that's better. I may take him down a little bit more. There we go. Now they're resting on these. I think this is going to work. The good thing is it's trial and error, honestly. And so they're going to be pretty. That's not going in there right. I think it would be easier maybe if you've never done this to do a grid, because this is not even working for me, and I actually do know what I'm doing. So just because you see a tutorial does not actually mean that it's going to work the way that it says it does. And now I've lost count of how my roses are going. But I really think it's going to work once we get there. Okay, it's starting to, I only have 4 more roses left, so it's starting to take shape. Y'all, I promise I do know what I'm doing most days. This is, we're going to go a little bit higher. I don't really think I can go too much higher, because there we go, there we go. That was it. I started out I was too high. And so now I'm getting where, okay, you stay in here. This is where a grid would help you, is it would keep these flowers in place. And this is such a wide base that it's really causing me issues. Y'all be sure to not get your greenery in the water. I think this is my last one. A little bit shorter. Okay, now, if no one touched this and blew on it, it's completely fine the way it is. But it is in this really wide container, and so the filler is going to help fill that up and keep these in place. So, y'all, y'all, thank you for having grace with me and letting me start over and figuring it out with y'all. Alrighty. So typically in wedding work, if we were using this big of a vase, we would have put a whole bunch of greenery and filled it up first and then added the flowers, and that would have been a stable base. But because this is my markdown situation, obviously did not have that. I don't have any filler in my yard right now either, because my Pittosporum that I planted last year has not come back. I think it died from the freeze. All right, so here we go, and I'm going to tell y'all what all these are if I can remember. I cannot see like what y'all are saying, but I hope y'all are enjoying this. So this is actually, it's staying, and it looks really, really pretty. All right, this is called thistle, and this is green thistle. Typically, we use purple thistle, so this was fun to actually get this at Kroger. And then this came with a little bit of baby's breath. This baby's breath isn't looking that great. I may not use it. This, I believe, is called yellow aster. You'll see this a lot in like grocery store things. And these leaves aren't looking the best, so I'm going to take, oh, and that piece is looking really not great, so we may not use that either. So this is the thing, when you buy markdown stuff, you don't know, especially if it's bunched up. This is called purple status. And the cool thing about things like this is like I can cut that off and use like this as one stem. So you can get multiple stems out of one big stem. And I think this is purple status, or no, not status, purple aster, I'm not really sure. There's just one stem in there. And then these are peach hypernium berries. And I do love these. I think these are really, really fun. And I picked this one because obviously they go with that, and that is fun, fun, fun. So I really wish I had more greenery to go in here, but we don't. So let's clean this. I'm gonna clean this aster up and see what I can do. Take this out. This will give it a little bit of bulk. This piece looks decent, so we'll see. And I may not like it. That's the other thing too. Like, I actually just may not like all this in here, and so I may just change my mind once it's all said and done. I need this rose to really stand up because he's my middle rose. Now this one, I don't know, y'all. I'm gonna see if I can salvage it because I really need the bulk of it. I'm just gonna take this stuff off. Go over here. I think I can salvage it. I think that's not too bad. I'd rather have two. Actually, I'd rather have three. However, it's not the way that this happened for me. And we'll see where we can put it. This face is really, really light. I probably should have chosen something not so light. Okay, this sucker I'm going to trim all apart. And we're going to get a lot of stems out of him. And they're going to go low because I've just cut these off. And we're just going to stick them in here and see what happens. I don't know. Y'all, I really wish I had chosen a wider base because this is not turning out exactly how I wanted it to, but it's okay. It'll be all right. Let me see. I know I'm off camera. I'm taking the leaves off of this. If y'all are watching, bless y'all. If I had gotten a better situation, if I had more to work with, I'm telling you, I'm about to go actually work on a wedding, and I will have a whole lot of stuff to choose from. I'm going to put this over here on the side to give it some stability and move things around. You can see that. I don't know, I may have just liked it without all this stuff in it, but it is what it is, so we gotta go with it. And actually leaving the, some of the rose leaves on is helping things. It's giving it a little bit more. All right, so let's use this purple next. And I should have put this on my turntable too. That would have helped. But I think I'm just gonna stick this here. This is where, like, when things are starting to fold or like take shape and actually hold, that was my issue with these roses. I'm gonna be able to move some things around. That's gonna make it look better. We got the berries in here. These are so fun. I love those. I think those are so cute. Go a little bit shorter. That. And then let's put one on the other side. A little bit shorter. We want our roses to be our center of attention over here. Alrighty, so this is the status. We're gonna cut it in a couple of spots, and like I'll put one right here to just hang out. And I'm gonna go over here and just give that a little bit of color. Got the several things going on right there. And then I need one over here too. And I'm probably going to adjust some of these roses. Okay, all I have left, y'all, is my baby's breath. Like, I need more stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and put this baby's breath in here, even though it's not looking the best in the world, but it'll give me something to work with to give it more air. And okay, there we go. And let's see, I'm trying to think if I can even get another piece. I think I'm only going to be able to get one piece out of that, so we're just going to put it right in here, and it is going to be a good filler. So now let me step back and look at it. I've got some roses that I think are maybe too long. There we go. Okay, as you can see, adding the filler gave me a lot more stability. And if I had been making this like normal at home, I probably, well, for like an event, I definitely would have had put my filler in first. So, note for y'all, maybe put your filler in, but this filler was so like random, I didn't know how it was gonna work. But, I mean, I think it's pretty cute. For $7, I think it turned out pretty well. I'm gonna mess with it. I think it could use a little bit more attention, and I don't know about all these thistles over here. This big bunch of thistles is kind of bothering me. However, y'all, I mean, I don't know. It's pretty cute for $7. What do y'all think? Someone said gather it all in your hand. Yes, and I did think about that, like just making a bouquet and plopping it down in here. But the issue is this vase is so wide. As y'all can see, can y'all see that, like, if I gather this and then I put it, I don't know if y'all can see how wide. This is really wide. It's too wide. I really need more flowers. I'm trying to think if I have anything that's not as wide. Let me look. I think this is, let me look at this one. This one may actually not be as wide. Ah, there we go. That is better. Okay, look, we're gonna switch we're switching gears, y'all. I'm gonna pour this water in here. And we're going with this vase because it's not as wide. I'm gonna plop this down in here and be able to fluff it around. Still gonna need some help, but I think it's very, now I have things falling out, y'all. Y'all, I really do, I promise y'all, I know what I do, I know what I'm doing. It's just, it doesn't look like it, but I promise that I do. And it's a cute arrangement. It really is. My vases were my problem. But it is what it is, y'all. I think it's pretty cute. For $7, go get you some markdown flowers and get you a vase that's not so wide. I don't know what I was thinking when I started out with that wide thing. I was like, oh, this will work. It didn't work. For 2 dozen roses, that vase would have been excellent. And maybe I didn't know how to crisscross them right, but I like it. I think it's cute. Y'all have a great day and go get you some markdown flowers. I'm going to actually go work with real flowers. And hey, I may pop back on. If we're making something really, really pretty to redeem myself with, that y'all know that I actually know what I'm doing, I may hop back on when I'm with my flower girls and show y'all something from the wedding. So y'all have a great day. Bye.